Hi everyone, this is Cliff. Hey, I just posted a second standalone mission for Fields of Fire, the depot, and I thought I'd run through setting it up on Vassal here. I use Bridger's module for Vassal, which is the base module, but it has a few things added. I like snapping to grid. Not everybody does, but I do. And it has ways of showing elevation with an icon that I like. And I've added in the help files and stuff so that I can here get at it. So here's the depot on my computer. So this particular scenario, to give our operational orders, we have our company in Normandy 44 during the breakout. So it's a standard company with a few green end line units in here. We're using the SCR 536 radios, so line of sight is a factor. And the idea is we want to grab a rail depot and some rail embankments. I saw those embankment cards in the Naktung River from Korea, and they just got me thinking. I like the way they cut line of sight. Thought it'd be fun to do this. So we're just going to set it up. We got RDFO with battalion support. We've got 15th Field Artillery with the 105s with some missions to support us. We want to secure the rail depot, the embankments, and any cards adjacent to the depot and embankment we want to clear. This is a fairly big grid, so you're going to have to move along, no dawdling. And the enemy here is going to be in a determined defense, and there's a good chance of drawing some armor with a counterattack with an assault. I mean, yeah. Here's the grid. So we have our staging area. We have our depot here and our rail embankment. These are all going to be level 1. And then we have a whole bunch of random cards from Normandy. The PC markers are going to be A on the elevated terrain, and with A you've got like a 20% chance of drawing a vehicle with the different activations. So by the time you draw 7 times for the 7 PCAs, depending on how you do it, there's going to be between a 1 in 4 and a 1 in 2 chance of getting armor of some sort, or at least a vehicle. Headquarters events here. Tried to throw in some new fun for us. This situation report is the usual annoying thing. Losing commands. Comm troubles. The SCR 536 batteries are susceptible to environmental disruption, and you might have to re-establish communication with the company, not with battalion. You'll be using the FM radio for battalion. Trouble on the flank is different. Artillery support unavailable, confusion, losing some commands, ammo for resupply later on in the mission, an airstrike possible. That would be a good thing, especially if you're facing some armor. Having a thunderbolt drop out of the clouds would not hurt. And then we might get some vehicles, jeep or a tank. The enemy higher HQ events, going to be drawing those 9 times. At the beginning, they're largely going to be evacuating and moving around, so displacing mortars and leaders and machine guns. The snipers don't leave, they just move laterally here. Rally. Later on, they might advance or fall back, moving around forward or back. Or they might give you an artillery barrage where they get to do the barrage 3 cards. Not nice. And counterpunch, which is like a counterattack, but it's armored infantry. I've given a bunch of new kind of force packages here. Some are just like before. You can get a minefield that may or may not be covered by either a sniper or a machine gun. I'm grabbing the barbed wire out of Normandy, or the bulge. You have the bulge, right? You should have the bulge. And if you bought Deluxe, you should get the bulge. Anyway, grabbing that wire, it might be covered by a sniper, or it might be covered by a squad patrolling. Incoming mortars with spotter, incoming artillery without a spotter, sniper, machine gun, a strong point with an HMG, and a 3-step squad, and leaders in trenches. Not nice. A patrol, a 2-step squad that you might catch unawares, or they might catch you unawares. It's going to be a close range. Weapon position, they might have an infantry gun. An ambush, point blank range, pop up an assault team. Either they get the drop on you or you get the drop on them. A listening post, defensive position, which is more strength than you probably want to face. And then we get into vehicles. There might be a truck bringing in a squad and an LMG with a leader, or a half-track, or a tank destroyer, a Stug. So you might be facing a Panzer IV with a counterpunch, or a Stug with 6 ammo. And these vehicles are going to tend to close in on the rail embankment, and then from there move to the depot. So if they show up, they're going to get in your face and in your way. And the usual stuff here. So let me just show you setting this up. So the depot I'm standing in with a village card from Normandy, card 37. So we'll just go up here to campaigns, we'll go to Normandy, and I'm going to grab card 37 down. Let's see here, 37. There he is. There, that's going to be my depot. I set this so they go face down by default. I just changed the setting. There's going to be my depot. And then the embankments, I'm going to move it down and give myself some room. That'll work. My embankments come from Naktung. So campaign, Naktung. I want face up. So I'm going to draw multiple cards. Yeah, I don't know the numbers. Specific cards. There's the embankments. I'm just going to grab those 6. Drag them out. Alright. So there's 40. 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. There's my embankments. They're all level 1 hills. The embankments are by default elevation. I put these tags on. In the campaign, it says the village is level 1. So we'll make them level 1. Level 1. And then I don't need this anymore. I'll fill in with my Normandy deck now. Just random Normandy cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, should be 13, should be 23 of them, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I'm just going to grab this company and drag it over. I don't know if I'll set up my company for you. We need our staging areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our left flank, our right flank, our line of departure, our limit of advance, our objective 1 is the depot, and for now I'm going to set the attack position here. That's probably enough. I can neaten these up, so I can just kind of clone these, move them around. There. Yeah, we're just kind of cloning markers. Because I'm a dummy and you have to allow for that. Here we are, and over here. Excessive. But if I don't, I'll forget. Get over there. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm not going to use phase lines. Most of my smokes are ceasefire. I usually use purple for move to signal, and then I'll use the parachute and star clusters to assault the final positions. So, anyway, I'm not going to worry about pyrotechnics unless you want me to play this. We have to set our PC markers. So PC markers. We'll grab our A's, and they go on the embankment. A's are nasty. There's all sorts of vehicles and strong points and the artillery barrage. Bad things happen on A's, and you got to get on 7 of them. And then the rest are a mix of B's and C's. They're going to be 15 B's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 B's, and 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. Now, we just have to put those on. All these random cards will have random PC markers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. All gone. From our staging area, we'd be able to look into this first row and see what's what. That's open. Going to be able to see up here. That's not. This is open. I can see up here. And that leads me up to the embankment. We can see the embankment. It's level 1. This is not open. This is not open. That's open. Can't see through here. Cannot see diagonally on any of these. That's our field of view. So if we were going to plan, yeah, let's get bigger than that. There. Here's the overview. What would I do? Well, let's talk about what we need to do first. We need to grab this. That's our primary objective. And we also need to get these embankments. We need to control these. We have to occupy them. They not only need to be cleared, but occupied. We also need to clear these, and these, and these, And these, that means you got 10 turns to clear 21 cards here. You cannot dawdle around. You got to be taking like 2 cards per turn, and you're going to be facing up against the enemy. So once you make contact, you just got to press into them. Let's see. First, I'll probably run. This is a village here. I'll probably run first out of this staging card, and my idea is to run up along this side of the embankment, because I can kind of clear as I go. Running on top of the embankment is probably not the safest thing. It's a wide open field of view down those rail lines. You can get eaten up. Second, I probably run up the other way and fire in on the embankment. We're going to have to send assault teams in eventually to occupy these things. Third are always the wimps in my world. They're going to come up here and they're just going to try to, press on this flank. I'm probably going to put a mortar spotter with them, my full mortar team, so that I can mortar anything along here, do some indirect fire. That would be my plan. So I think this is kind of a fun little scenario, because if you leave your CO down and safe, these elevations are going to cut your line of sight and your 536 communication. If you get your CO up on top of the embankment, he's kind of open to fire and bad things can happen to him. So deal with it. I hope you find this one interesting. It should be a little tougher than the Bridgehead, and I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. And if you want to see me try to set this up and play it, I'm going to save this and probably play it on my own, but if you want me to record it, I'd do that too. But anyway, that is the depot. I'm busy reading books and books and books on the 101st. I've got a 5 mission campaign, mini campaign in mind, working on developing that. Then I'm thinking about maybe doing the 101st in Vietnam. I mean, they did Hamburger Hill, and they were at a couple of neat firebase fights, and they did some helicopter raids. I mean, they did some cool stuff in Vietnam too. But anyway, tell me what you think. Always interested, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.